And it does. What it is it's
your tone.
Your tone is all wrong.
Tone
Like,
is all wrong.
well, okay. You gonna fix it, player?
Fix it now. Yo, you tuning into the Notion Podcast. This your host, Dizzy D Spill, here with my co-host in the building.
Farmer Poe.
Jelani Evans.
It's supposed to go Jelani Evans.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Start it over.
No, you fucked it up. You got the live going, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like Charles Barkley right now. This nigga's terrible.
Yeah, I seen a clip where he like swung on Shaq and ran like a little kid, bro. It was just the funniest thing because, like, you know how they got like this little back and forth, just like they're big
He was
ass
finna fight the
kids,
crowd
bro.
though, bro.
Bruh.
You seen that?
Hey, Barkley is not the one though, bro. If you get him on a good day, I've heard him fuck some people up in the crowd.
Why he get that dude mama like that, though?
Bruh. You telling me to fuck your mama? I was like, wow. What do you say?
Yeah,
Cut. Oh, it's live? Oh, well, there it is.
Like, Chuck, no, Chuck. Shaq over there like.
I guess we keep rolling. It's out there now. We're getting a call. What do you mean it's that guy's mom? What do you mean? What do you mean it's his mom? Let me talk to
I
Charles.
just want to apologize to
I've been waiting.
I want to apologize to his mama. I have a mama too.
What's been going on though, man? How's everybody doing?
Man, everything's been cool. I can't speak for everybody.
It has not.
Everything's been cool.
The weather.
You see how this nigga's shirt look? He's been going through it. And talk to us, Poe.
Nah, see.
My man got the new Yeezy.
Not so yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
This is the Young and Tattered collection. If you didn't know,
What brand is that though?
This right here, BDG.
What's that stand for?
I knew there was gonna be a confused look on your face. I don't remember.
by Dirty Guys. Anyways, keep going.
Nah, see, I couldn't think of a good one quick enough.
That's cool. Did they produce the shorts too?
Nah, these are Levi's.
Oh,
Levi's right here.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hat.
out here
Is that
looking
Miyagi
a
Dojo or-
flower child?
You know what I mean? That's me, man.
That's Miyagi Dojo, right?
Something like it, man.
All right, Cobra Kai. I feel it.
Something like it.
I feel it,
I
I
man.
mean, I'm not mad.
Exposed.
You got to be at the dojo. That's
I can't really tell you where I got it from. Then I have to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Dispose.
You don't want to.
Oh.
You don't want to give all your. You don't want to give all your.
It's crazy because I don't think anybody asking. You good?
No, y'all just asked.
Nah, I didn't ask where you got it from.
We got to wait for the comment section, man. We might.
That's what it was.
We could be wrong.
I thought it was going to be the next.
Yeah,
follow up.
we could be wrong, man. They could be like, yo, the Poe is going crazy.
Nah, nobody said anything. You see how I zoom in? Yeah, nobody said anything.
Yeah.
They're just watching.
You out of pocket.
I double check.
Nah, yeah. Look,
Speaking of attire, though, we gonna move on from here. I see you got a new piece on.
Yeah, man. This is something that's coming out real soon. For
oh,
the
you got a
brand.
new logo there.
Yeah, just a symbol. You know what I'm saying?
Symbol.
Lavor Cole.
I gotta split up some of the collections and stuff like that. So I got some solid stuff. This is obviously for the men.
All right, you wearing
like
Nikes.
starter.
Yeah, so
Wearing Nikes
Wait,
today.
would you-
Got the Bob's things going on. You got the
not
Lavor
the
Cole.
starters.
It's official.
Yeah,
I like
starter
the short stuff.
collaboration. Appreciate it, bro. These is old though. You know what I'm saying? These ain't
Focus
that-
on the
From the
shirt.
brand.
No, not from my brand. Nah.
Got it,
Yeah,
got it,
that's why we focusing on the shirt.
Got it.
Maybe in the future though. But would be the example of. Remember we was talking about the jogger shorts and all that stuff. This would be the example of something like that. You know what I mean?
That was official.
So, when are you expecting a top time frame season
For
window?
the shirt or shorts?
Shirt.
Shirt could be between now and next weekend. It just depends on a couple more things I got to tighten up.
Okay.
So I mean, they could drop.
you're
drop tomorrow.
looking to launch sooner than later. with
Oh
that?
yes, absolutely. Because time has already been an issue with having to get product and manufacturing and hiccups and shoots and
samples and all that thing.
yeah,
right?
man.
So,
So yeah, it's but I think the women are gonna like the stuff that I got coming for them.
yeah, I know you have a focus on the women attire and garments.
But I'm
and
gonna take
whatnot.
care. I'm gonna take care of the bras though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting on certain things that we've already talked about.
There you go. Speaking of Lavor Cole, had an article posted recently, right?
Yeah, I did by the
Sac
Hub.
Cultural Hub?
Yeah, Sac Cultural Hub did a interview for me,
word.
and yeah, I just posted the article last night. I'll probably share it again where they did a phone interview, and explain the brand and stuff like that.
what's
Put a
up.
bit
So,
of
yeah.
spotlight on it. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
pushing it
yeah.
out.
Shout out to Sad
Yeah.
Cultural Hub. Yeah, for sure.
I read it.
So yeah, we read it
Together?
Yeah, together. Popcorn.
It was a read out loud, actually.
Yeah.
Should have been there,
Yeah,
guys.
you ain't pick up.
Nah,
It's
man.
kettle corn. Gotta let him know. Like,
Let him know how severe it was that he missed out on it.
yeah, you dropped the ball there, bro.
He's
Like,
not really-
almost like you almost dropped your phone.
Yeah. Yep.
Held on to it though.
There you go. News, man. What's been on your mind with news?
The news is crazy, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
told
all I
him,
can
man,
say.
Expect the unexpected, dog. That's all.
I feel
Okay.
like Mary J.
That's it.
That's all that I can say.
I try to separate the two worlds, man. I jump into that world on the internet and I go and dive in sometimes and I get a lot of the information. I might watch a lot of the news clippings, check a few podcasts. I was on NPR most of the day on Friday in the car. So I didn't even plug into my Bluetooth or nothing like that. I was on NPR. But then I like to always make sure that I check myself and say, that is a whole different world that I'm not experiencing.
Okay.
Because you could take work home sometimes.
I understand.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's
Yes.
not even just work, bro. Like, I feel like it's crazy. You said two worlds. It's the world that revolves around me, and then there's the world,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's crazy how you'll have your world set up because you can miss stuff in your world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can miss stuff in your world because I'm so caught up in what I got going on. You'll miss what's going on out there in the real world. But man, lately it's a lot of stuff in the real world been treading into my world.
Yeah. It's been on some other shit, man.
And, you know what I'm saying? I was
Honestly.
like, this is crazy, man. I don't even like. Jeez, all type of news is crazy. Like, you see that article that I sent you?
Yeah.
I sent him an article about a reseller, pre-order. He did a lot of different things, or claimed to. Excuse me, and things didn't go well. He didn't follow through, and actually had to bankrupt and owe a lot of money to a lot of people behind unfulfilled orders.
This is a known person, like somebody who's part of the.
Oh, he know now.
Is this an influencer or is this somebody that like it
Just
so
a shoe
happens
reseller,
random
sneaker
dude?
reseller.
Somebody who, it's too big for his britches. And
Hey, but now they seeing like, you think that's gonna discourage anybody?
It should. My opinion.
I think what's going on right now should discourage.
Yeah, the streets is hungry right now.
It's not even that.
What the thing is, bro.
That's what I'm seeing.
So wait, before you, what do you mean by that?
I think it's a lot more dangerous for like the criminal element of it, and
What criminal element?
well, just how you just like
That
part of it, and then the people who know that you
embezzling
got
of
it, they out here like.
I see what
I
you're saying.
imagine
Like people
robberies
knowing,
is up,
people
like,
knowing
if I
that you
know-
got
yeah,
shit. People know you got
What's up?
inventory.
I got you.
Yeah, like in that part. But then also, I
mean,
can
if
see
you
that.
rob somebody for shoes, you stupid because still gotta sell them.
I mean,
I
they don't think that far sometimes.
like yo, he got like what 20? He got 20 stacks of shoes. Go in there and get all them shoes.
And then
Yo,
we gotta sell them again.
sitting at the trap, 50 pair of kicks.
Nah, he gonna wear them all.
They ain't even all your size. Like, bro just went up in there and grabbed somebody's inventory, and he's looking at 4 pair of youth kicks. He ain't even got kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just
He tried to
that's
squeeze
just
his
not.
foot in them. Took the
That
soul
just
out.
don't make
My
sense.
man at the kids games trying to move shoes.
Yo, I got these dunks. You don't know about the panda dunks? Oh, okay. Well, let me put you up.
Y'all watch this clip. I'm
I
gonna
just
go help
can't.
them over there.
I only have my kid for a weekend. I'm here to watch him play soccer. Please.
My man at the wrong sports events too. Trying to move basketball shoes.
Yo,
I eats everywhere, B.
It's crazy out there.
I get that, but it's like, you don't hear too much of that. You know what I'm saying? You hear more about boutiques getting ran in.
That's what I'm saying too.
And like with the boutiques getting ran in, the crazy thing. No, we're talking about shoes right now. We're not. No,
nigga, they taking everything.
This is sneaker news. This is a sneaker segment.
Hold on, well, we need the banner to go right here.
Nah, because you can come into you live and direct. All 3 of our viewers. No, I'm just playing. Nah, but for real though, like the thing with the boutiques getting ran in, it's like your neighborhood boutique. It's like your mom and pops. It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? It be like the people who are like, nah, we gonna build something in the hood. And
right.
They build it in the hood and people run through it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in that instance, I can see that. But it seems like with the resellers, the biggest issue I've been seeing is low turnover.
Yeah, them prices have dropped.
Really? Low turnover on stock.
Increased.
So all right, it's like this. It's like this, right? Kicks drop. When they drop, they have a certain amount of hype around them. Depending on how heavy the hype is, that determines the price when they drop.
Right.
So before they drop, there's the pre-order numbers. When they drop, there's those resale numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
After about the first week and a half, depending on how hot the shoe is, all the numbers drop. Like whoever bought pre-order, it depends on how you feel about the shoe will determine how you feel about what you pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? But now those who pay resale numbers, if you look to cop a kick in the first week, excuse me, then you're going to pay the highest. You're probably going to pay at the peak, depending on the shoe. Certain shoes continue to go up in the first week and a half. But right now we're talking about resellers. So we're talking about, in a sense, general release because, you know, the average reseller has access to general release shoes. You know what I'm saying? So Jordan 1 mids, Jordan 1 lows, general release dunks, Air Forces, you know what I'm saying? A lot of low level kicks like that. But because shoes are the hype right now and everybody wants to have nice kicks and everything, that's the wave, right? That matters.
Right.
So everything is in demand. To a certain extent though.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like people will run in the store and grab Jordan 1s and mids and whatnot because they're accessible and they want kicks and you know what I'm saying? But they're not finna pay them resale numbers for those same kicks like that.
Right. Because they're just general releases.
Boom. So imagine being a reseller who has access to, you know, multiple general releases. So you snatching everything up. And, you know, at first, you know, it's kind of moving for you, right? But let's talk about how the economy is right now, how inflation is hit, right?
Oh, and you mean to tell me they wasn't paying attention to the news and the economy?
The real world, my world. So the real world, their world. Things are good in their world. Not really paying attention to.
Yeah.
Because I'm moving around in my world. Got so much going on, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So all of that starts happening, right? And then people are paying more to do the same things, right? The cost of living has increased. Not minimum wage. No, nobody's pay has really increased to match what's right. The inflation, everything is rough. So shoes have dropped on the list of priorities. With them dropping on the list of priorities, I'm not paying $250 for those, especially for no damn mids.
So now
they got to be highs or better, right? So now these resellers who grabbed everything up and it was kind of moving for them, things have slowed down. With it slowing down, they're stuck with more kicks than they're used to moving. So the turnover has become low. So now they're stuck with stuff. They're having to lower prices. I seen one reseller taking stuff to consignment, damn near at retail. So now it's like
your money back?
Just breaking even to get your money back, right? So now you doing work for free.
Yep.
What's the point? And it's not even free because gas is going up. Everything is going up. So now it's starting to cost you to actually maneuver and make these things happen, right? So now you gotta sell.
Shipping is going up.
You gotta hit events. You gotta because so it's like this. Unless you're, you have to be one or two types almost of reseller. You have to be one who has been in the game for a long time because that means that you have not only network but clientele. You have clientele, like they're not going anywhere else but to you. I know two different individuals like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I deal with one of them. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I deal with one of them. Like so, I know
the madness.
And then if you're a new reseller, you have to have connections that get you the type of kicks that are wanted. So we're talking tier 0. And what I mean by that, if you know with Nike and Jordan, there's tiers for the stores. The stores are tiers: tier 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Tier 0 gets everything. Tier 0 gets the collaborations, the high end, all of that. Yeah, they touch those. So you have to have connections to where you're getting the tier 0 shoes, and not necessarily at the boutique, or, you know what I'm saying, if you got somebody with bots or however, but you have to be a reseller who has access to those type of kicks to continue to bring in money, because those are the type of kicks that are consistently in want. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's one thing to get a pair of SBs. That's cool. If it's a collaborative SB, then that jumps it up, right? And then if it's a collaborative SB from, you know, a skate shop, then that means special packaging to a certain extent. And then so you got to have a plug-in with them, or some type of, you know what I'm saying? You got to have some type of plug-in with the skate shops, because skate shops get the special packaging.
So what's the lesson to all these people that think that they're running a business, but they're really not? They're just flipping shit. What's the lesson behind something like this? As far as what's going on with people having more inventory than they expected because of inflation and, you know, damn near a recession. And so
having an understanding of the industry that you're in, the economy overall, and I mean, how to maneuver, basically. I'm like, a lot of people bit off more than they could chew because they thought it was a quick grab, a quick money flip, a quick money scheme. I can get rich quick type thing. And the thing about it is, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as get rich quick, because if there was, everybody would be rich,
right?
Right?
Correct.
Like you hear these like stories where it just seems to all work out, or it happened, or it's by chance, or who you knew, or they're 1 in a million. There's 1 in a million for a reason. If they're that 1 in a million, you know what I'm saying? You're part of that million. I hate to break it to you, so you can't try to do. So trying to, you know, jump into a game and just, I mean, have your eyes set on money without, you know, it's kind of like greed in a sense, but it's also like a lack of understanding. It's ignorance in a lot of different ways, on a lot of different levels.
I think I wrote something to you about greed, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. Like, you know, greed has no longevity.
Yeah, oh, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm afraid of greed. Like, if I were to be in a position where I could be greedy, I just feel like, man, fuck, I feel like something finna happen. I need to calm down. Let me donate some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've seen, you know, we see documentaries, we've seen people that seem like they had shit going on, and then out of nowhere, it's like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? You missing teeth? Like, what you was that dude 5-10 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's
and then, you know, you also have to understand how hype affects the market. Like I said, you gotta understand the industry. You feel me? Like I just explained to you, hype and the numbers, pre-order. When they go up for sale, it's pretty much resale numbers, because nobody really gets anything for retail unless you score from, you know, the actual place. And some people do here and there. You know, I'm not gonna say it never happens, but the percentage is dropped.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you look at that, you take all that into account. You got to be more aware of things like. Hype controls the market, it controls the numbers, move accordingly, you feel me?
That's
Don't
also
bite off
the
more than
problem.
you can chew, you know what I'm saying? Know how to budget, know how to maneuver, and then the thing about it is, like, you have to know yourself. And what I mean by that, you have to know what you're capable of, how you can hustle, what you're able to handle, your workload, you understand what I'm saying? Because once you take on something, you have to see it through, and a lot of people don't think that through. They don't think it through, that you have to see it through. They just see, like you say, like, you know what I'm saying, the benefits of it, or the money, or whatever the case may be. So they go ahead and jump into it, not understanding that if you don't, you know what I'm saying, understand the workload that comes with this and how things can shift, right? Because it's not always sunshine and rainbows.
Right. Yeah, you being too nice.
There's storms. Well, go ahead, player. Talk about it.
No, the reason why I say that is because it's like, I kind of don't feel bad for a lot of resellers, because.
Well, no, I didn't say I felt bad.
I know you're not saying that. I know that you're like, you know, you're being the big homie. Like, see, this is where you went wrong, and I'm kind of like, nah, don't tell him, let him fall.
But I'm the OG.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the OG in the sneaker game. Like, I've been like, what have I been doing all week, bro? On IG.
I mean, you've been sharing, you know, information, and
I've been pulling out kicks older than niggas' kids, bro. I've been pulling out kicks people didn't even know existed.
Yeah. I mean, his OG means something different. I'm over the gratitude shit with some of these motherfuckers. That's what my OG.
I'm just trying to tell me that's
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know how the OG be like, don't do that. I'll show you how to do it, player. You tuck it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you gonna
he
do
that OG. I'm the OG. Like, see, you hit your head. I told you. That's where I'm at with it, because I done missed out on some shit. But I want to shift gears over to your market, because there's been a lot in the news about all of these cows dying and shit like that. So I'm shifting over to you to see, do you believe you're gonna start seeing more people doing what Farmer Poe is doing? No, what Farmer Poe is doing right now. Because I've talked to a couple people that sent me that video with all the cows dying and shit, saying that it's oh, you haven't seen it? It's like a video of like 10,000 thousands of cows dying because of heat. Damn, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at it.
Slap them on the grill.
Some of those.
In-world hunger. Slap them all on the grill. You know what I'm saying? T-bone steaks. And, you know what I mean?
I'm wondering if we're going to see a spike in farming, because you already know people are very sensitive. Like, I think in the 80s, the whole mad cow thing, when, happened.
Have y'all heard about farmers being paid to kill their crops?
That's what we just said. Yeah, that's an insurance scam.
Well, I heard you say
I know you're
saying with the crops though. See, they wasn't talking about herd though. They were talking about like crops, like
they do that too.
But so see, and that's what I'm saying. So with the cows, this is my first hearing of it, and I'm trying to figure out what would be the benefit behind that besides the insurance scheme. Because I mean, like in the long run, it's like, yo, isn't that a food source?
Yeah, break that down. Like, I mean, you sound like you know what's going on. And
I don't know the logistics of that, but I know that it happens. Y'all. But as far as like, I'm trying to figure out like what would be the benefit. Like, are you?
Well, I know there's a benefit for the farmer.
Well, obviously, yeah. But then how. I guess it would just depend on a predicament or a situation that the farmer may be in or something. Like it could depend on.
I'm talking about overall for like the country, for the people. Like what's all right? Like we'll pay you to kill. We'll pay you to kill your cattle. We're like, all right, I'll do it. All right, now the cattle's dead, and but
because I don't like to do conspiracies too much, but they've been able to clone since 1980s.
Okay,
remember what's the sheep?
That was in the 1980s.
I think it was like the 80s.
I remember reading about the sheep thing. They cloned the sheep.
So they've been able to clone animals, and they've been artificially inseminating animals for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can.
Is it more cost effective to do it that way than to actually have cattle?
Well, because I mean, if you can print money,
well,
right?
Because then that wouldn't that free up land?
For free up land, like by killing the cows.
So you're saying artificial insemination, like basically they're making cows, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, so if it's more cost efficient to make cows than to actually have to
breed them.
Well, because the ones that they're breeding we're using them for their milk. I think that's so. It's like, I guess, depending on what the use is too.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
There's the cow that we're eating the beef, and then you have.
Because I'm feeling like y'all now, man. I'm like, fuck, man.
I had some company over last night. I made some green beans from out the garden. I had a bunch of cherry tomatoes with it, black eyed peas, and something else.
Let's get it.
One of the people hates tomatoes. Like, this is something that I've known that they always say. They ate it and they was fucking that tomato up. The flavor of all the shit that we cook, bro, or let you grow, is just so much better. I can imagine that a lot of people are going.
What did you actually end up putting together with all these ingredients?
Oh, I made I made some tomato sauce.
Okay.
Made vegetable broth.
All right.
And then I made the black eyed peas.
So it was like you made like some soup or
like a little
pasta.
Where the leftovers? No. We're gonna be taking it to polls for y'all that's following. We're gonna do a live eat, and we're gonna eat and review.
We're not eating in the goddamn garden. It's hot.
Nah, I didn't say what leftovers in the garden. Nah, we in the house. I hope we got AC. Oh, why? Fucking soup up. Just
Nah, it was bomb,
splashing.
Bro, can't be serious, man.
Oh man.
Nah, it's actually a lot more people doing it just off of wanting to eat healthier.
Yeah.
But I can imagine, like, especially with the inflation, like, people are gonna start trying to grow little things that
All
they
right,
can.
so peep gang.
You done beat me to it.
Go ahead.
Nope. Just do it, man.
I'm just saying, back in like 2020, I remember going shopping and they had wrapped up all of the seeds and stuff. They were preventing people from buying them. You couldn't buy that stuff to grow. And this was in 2020,
Yep.
like right around.
Remember they had caution signs in Michigan around a lot of their seeds and things like that.
You couldn't grow, bro.
Mhm.
They were. And so it's just like people have been trying to move towards that before now. And depending on what's going on, that's what I was gonna say. So I don't know what you was finna say, but I'm gonna say back then, like in this, like this is 2023 now. So I remember in 2020 because I walked past and I'm like, bro, we can't get any seeds. And it was all like, bro, it was like saran wrapped off where you couldn't even like. They were serious.
Caution signs. And all
you
that.
cannot buy any seeds to grow.
That's
Anything for
madness.
yourself. You cannot have your own
So
produce.
so is it still going like that right now?
Nah, you can buy seeds right now.
Okay.
Nah,
So everybody stock up, and then what we gonna do?
Okay,
is,
so you didn't say what I thought you was gonna say. So what I was gonna ask you is, do you think that they've started if they're cloning food or the allegedly cloning food and
You talking about like the seeds from the.
so are they doing that with the seeds?
Yes. I mean, well, the food that like there are. All right, so this is heirloom are the types of fruit and vegetable plants or crops or whatever that are that have not been modified in any way.
So it's called. So all stuff is called heirloom. That's organic.
Typically, yeah. So
Okay.
like most of the things that we do eat, a lot of them may have been modified in some way. So for imagine strawberries. Strawberries don't typically grow as large as they do, but they've been modified in some way.
bro.
So some people are growing. You can get the seeds from those things and regrow them and things. And
So you can grow
So
fake
when you
shit.
cut open a strawberry, what color is it?
it should be a pinkish flesh. It depends.
Right. I
should be
cut one
pinkish.
open. It was like white.
Okay.
I'm looking at him because I've done it. So
It
I need him to
depends. There's
explain what's
different
going
types.
on.
That's why I'm waiting for him to tell me.
There's different types of strawberries.
'Cause I throw 'em all
but
away.
a lot of the times they pick those strawberries sooner, so that way they are supposed to be ripening as you. So like when you get your
But
strawberries,
they wasn't right.
were they
shit ain't
red on the
They ripened
outside?
in the garbage.
They was
Yeah, I
red
mean,
on the
yeah, it's Suwoo.
And then I don't know, man. I mean, it's different varieties of.
So,
totally different
because my thing is because
But see,
it could be confusing.
That's the other thing. We're only getting one variety of whatever.
And I
we're
know there's
buying.
different varieties,
so
right?
many varieties.
So like peep this, like, but all right. So the bananas that we are used to seeing, right? Like those aren't
No, they're not the same type of bananas that you would when you're growing it from
because
the plant.
bananas are supposed to have seeds, bro.
Yeah,
So I ain't never had a banana before.
You've had to modify it.
yeah. Like a lot of the stuff that we eat. I mean, most of the stuff you
Has
eat
been
is supposed to have a seed.
genetically
Supposed to have a seed.
modified.
So
somewhere,
basically, if
somehow.
it doesn't have seeds, then it's probably been genetically modified.
yeah.
Because
even if it does have
I remember a few years ago I had the Tuscan melon. It's basically yellow watermelon and it's fire.
Mhm.
Now it didn't have the black seeds. It had a couple of the white seeds in there, but it didn't have the black seeds.
Yeah, I'm not, and see, and that's the thing. I'm like, I'm not
that's-
eating a watermelon if it doesn't have the seeds. I don't seedless watermelon. That's
I mean, that
modified,
shit do go
bro.
crazy.
But see, this is my other
because
thing.
you ain't got spit.
But then this is the other thing that I
my
go.
blackness won't.
Some people have a problem with eating like modified foods like that. For me, I honestly try to think of it as like, is it necessarily bad because it's modified? Modification doesn't mean that it's not good for you, because some people would think of it like the Dr. Sebi kind of philosophy of things having to be.
Yeah, he was real strict
But-
on making sure you
but
ate
I'm
the
just
right.
not
But
comfortable
think about-
with that.
but,
That's
like,
all it is.
This is what happens. You could have.
It don't feel right.
You can have two different type of pepper plants. One is a pepper plant that is spicy.
Right.
And you got a pepper plant that might be sweet. If you have them both next to each other, when they're being, you got bees and things coming around pollinating, they can
Cross-pollinate.
cross pollinate, and the sweet one could become spicy. That's a modification.
Sweet and spicy.
It's a modification.
That shit go crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That happens in the
Might
wild
need some nuggets later.
naturally
Yeah.
all the time.
The reason why I ask these questions
naturally,
though
yeah, okay, I
is
can see
because
it.
it's
I got you,
like
player.
And
because you have so
can
many different
experiment
different levels, kind of like how you were talking about different stores in the different tiers, right? And I feel like there's different levels of people that are health conscious. Like you have some people that are like really like it can't be genetically modified, it can't be this. You have some people
if
are
you
like
at
I don't
Whole
eat.
Foods, you different. So,
But
just
then again,
saying.
wherever you shop at, you always don't know that answer of what's what.
what's not.
I just think you could at this point you just got to do the best you can.
just start asking people who work here. Excuse me. There's no
No,
ingredients. You know what's in this?
The more ingredients you see and the more scientific names you see, and there should be a rule like if
And
you see
if I can't pronounce it, you got me.
there's too much.
Shubadaba, weebadaba.
Shubidop?
Hey, but another thing that like another modification that you could be doing that someone would say is not, it would be, I guess, GMO or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
People graft like their fruit trees, right? So you could get a fruit tree and you could graft a nectarine onto a nectarine, a peach, and another type of fruit all onto the same type of rootstock. And they could be growing. You could be growing a nectarine this way, growing peaches this way, and growing another type of fruit.
That's
Can
wild.
You do that?
I haven't tried to, but
I ain't farmer pony.
I'm not trying.
I got stripping his name today. Yeah. Whatever, Harold.
Harold Williams Garden.
Whatever, Harold.
Assistant
Yeah.
gardener.
Assistant gardener.
He's a farmer in training. This so fit nigga right here.
Ain't even earned his overalls. You crazy.
Oh, that's why I came in the shorts. Boom. It makes
He
sense.
didn't get his overalls yet.
Got to have your Farmer John's.
No, but
I never knew you could even do something like that. That's wild.
That is crazy though.
It's a lot of different things that I'm learning. It's like a fun process too. Like, so a lot of people are probably gonna look at it like, oh man, it's a lot of work. But when you do it, it's
Well, I mean, it's also like that's your field, that's your area, and it's like it's not a lot of work because you already have been in this lane. So it's almost like the information and the understanding that's needed to be able to learn this and actually comprehend it and be like, oh, okay, you're already there. You know, like it's something like, how you do this with shoes? Well, I've been doing it for 10 years. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you've been growing, you've been doing that for 10 years. So you have learned enough to, when you can come across certain things, you're like, oh, you know, so if I kind of actually been doing something like that. So if I do A and B, I was already doing C.
Yeah.
And then I get to D.
It's crazy because
Easier to connect
if
the
they
dots.
could give you, if we all could have a piece of land, bro.
We can though.
Dog,
We can though.
that would be all you would need. Like, you could be self-sufficient in that way, like making your
We
food,
can.
It would be dope.
Let me tell you something, bro. It's a fact that we can. I
Well,
think
yeah,
the
we can,
problem.
for sure.
I think the problem is how things are prioritized in our lives because of what we're exposed to. Because I never thought about growing anything or having my own whatever until I seen you. I'm gonna be honest, until I seen you doing what you were doing and seeing like the transition of your backyard. You know what I mean? So, and then you mix that in with how the world is now.
Right.
And every time you turn around, because I even try to do a little bit of things right now with my son. Like, I make his applesauce. I make his, his peaches and steam them and boil them and all this other stuff. And so now from doing that for so long,
you were in a hamster wheel before.
Yeah.
Because you didn't realize, honestly, I can make this at home. And then our generation don't even realize that this whole boxed, like pre-packaged thing is post World War II. So prior to that, everybody was making things by hand. Then you had the war come in, and you had this industrialization. Then you had like the what's the line in factories? What's the word I'm looking for?
I mean, just manufacturing.
Well,
basically.
it's the
Production line?
But the type of production line that Henry Ford came up with, where it's like we're gonna have
Assembly line?
Assembly line. Okay, so you got these assembly lines and things like that, where it's like we're just creating the same product over and over and over and prepackaging it, and then the commercials like came out about that time. So people started getting into purchasing prepackaged things like.
For convenience.
It was like, hey, this is the cool thing. Your mom is the homemaker, and instead of her spending all this time cooking the meal, they're trying to program her to go and get the prepackaged thing.
It was easier. It was easier to prepare. It was just easier to acquire. Like it just.
He threw some more game at me too. Like, going to the grocery store and getting all of the stuff that's already packaged in the produce section. It's like, bro, you can get all your seasoning, all your noodles, and all that stuff. You're paying for the packaging.
That little thing of seasoning that you pay like $5 for, you can go to Winco and get the bulk one. You can get a thing like this for $5.
I was telling somebody, I be in Winco in the herb section, like, cause they got a nice
one. Herbs, sir.
Well,
depending on where your herbs.
Moving along.
It's herbs on this platform, sir.
Hey, no, I heard a dude say Dendalion.
Yeah,
that's a dandelion. He says Dendalion.
Nah. Just loser. Give me all the dandelions you got. Yeah, bundle them all up, son.
I heard a cat say at dinner one time the casada, and it was like, you mean quesadilla? He was like, yeah, that. So, I mean
one of them too. Yeah, matter of fact, just give me the variety joint.
Go in there and make yourself a daggone quesadilla.
Nah, my man Crip Mac though. Bruh, he went in there, he was trying, give me the fifth fives. Give me the fifth fives. She was trying to say shit like, what do you say? The fifth fives. How you the potatoes when you chop them up and you fry them. How you say it? Just like French fries. Yeah, those. Because he can't say.
Bruh, this dude walked in with I'll have the shrimp salad.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, he gotta go.
You want the salad?
Nah, he gotta go.
Yeah, you got it.
He gotta go.
And apparently you don't.
That man is dangerous.
I know y'all don't understand my accent, but yeah, it's a lie.
Yeah, I'm not fluent and stupid. We'll get that going right away, sir.
Had them confused as hell over at Jack Urban East.
Yeah, that's what you said. Come here. I don't see this one on there. Tell me what you want.
Oh my God.
Look, you gotta look at it like that because I gotta see the face too. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, see? Yeah. Sir, point it out.
So let's go there, man, because it's obviously a topic, man. LeBron versus Wade.
Bro, that was a good one. I was trying to think of it. I was trying to think of one to say as you were saying that, and I was trying to be good about it, like politically correct and not offensive. That was good.
Yeah. I like LeBron versus Wade,
that
man.
Was a good one, man.
Yeah, y'all read the hidden message behind that. Bro, what are y'all thoughts about that, man?
My thoughts, being somebody who I've always been interested in history and the time period, that time period. Roe versus Wade. So that, I guess for me, since 2020, it's just been seeing things that
expect the unexpected
in history, and there's just, all of a sudden it's like that topic or that actual situation or whatever is drastically different than it's ever been before.
Mm-hmm.
For us in California, I mean, it's not gonna affect us necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my own theory as to what the main reasoning for the push is and why they were attempting to overturn it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of different reasons, but I think there's a
You think there's a bottom line?
There's a bottom line.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you fellas share the same sentiment.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I think Jane Elliots spoke on it.
Oh, she spoke on it?
I think she's. But see, here's the thing. Jane Elliots spoke on it before now.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that clip is before right now, right?
Like recently before now, or like in the past?
Recently before.
For our viewers who don't know who Jane Elliots is, she's a sociologist, psychologist. She was a former teacher in the 1950s, I think 53. She had a classroom of mostly, I think, all white students, and she did a experiment, which she called the brown-eyed, blue-eyed experiment, where she separated the students by the color of their eyes and treated them based on that, and treated the brown-eyed students better than the blue-eyed students. And then she's done this experiment all over the world. But she's very vocal about race. And she's a short little white lady that looks exactly like my first grade teacher. My kindergarten teacher, Miss Elliott. Whoa. Bro, her last name is Elliott. That's crazy.
It was her.
All right.
It was her.
And Miss Elliott was at Malcolm X Academy, and she was, yeah.
It probably was her.
No, it wasn't her.
No, it was.
That would be crazy if it was.
It was. I wasn't there, but it was. That's what we rolling with.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Let's get
But
the
yeah,
views
so
up.
there's a new Jane Elliots video out, and I haven't heard of it.
No, this is something that's been going around, and that's what's crazy is because it's been going around, and then now it serves a whole lot more relevancy because of what happened. Like I said, I think we all share similar thoughts on what the bottom line is. But I want go ahead, J-Rock.
I ain't got nothing to say.
For sure. So for me, I don't agree.
That's
With the
all.
overturn?
Yeah, I don't agree, because the reason why I don't agree is I'm not talking about the irresponsible things that happens behind what I guess they're trying to control. I think what it is for me is circumstances that they can't control, and not being able to have a choice on what to do in regards to the aftermath. You see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be real delicate with certain words and stuff like that, because we already know how algorithms operate. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't agree. At the end of the day, whether you're a man or you're a woman, you have rights to your life, your body, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And I stand with the women on the way that they feel. I do feel like, as far as in the response and how and going about it, I feel this, and I felt this way about, I guess my first time speaking on this, I felt this way about protesting with a lot of the things that's going on with our culture, right? I just don't think it's effective with the signs and the yelling.
I said this yesterday. I literally have been trying to figure out why is it, like, because the word of mouth
Pattern
and getting it's just so rich. It's what's the effect? How has the marching had an effect on anything but disruption of everyday life for some people?
Well, what it is that people go to history and they think that this worked in the past regarding history, not realizing that we don't live in that time. So it did have some effect back then, right? But I feel like what people don't understand is, in this day and age, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? There's no results where protesting, yelling, blocking streets, and all, it doesn't work. And I'm a solution-based person.
I can say that there's one thing that I know that where it can be effective, possibly, is that it creates the conversation. If those people aren't seen, like, on the news, if someone's not covering it, or if there's not a traffic block and a bunch of people within the town talking about it or whatever, it does create the conversation. So them holding the signs and things like that of that nature creates the conversation. But as far as having an effect on the actual issue, I can't say that it.
And I guess that's where my patience is. I'm over the conversation, because the conversation is all the time. Now, will it start conversations in areas that never had it? I agree. Right. But what people need to understand is this is a financial game. You have to, when you look at people that have the money, the currency, there's a certain level of control that comes with that. That's even in movies, when you see the supervillain, they're a rich villain or whatever. They got the senator in their back pocket. They got the politician. That shit is realistic. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that this is the part where people have to understand how important it is when it comes to when you're voting locally. You know, when you're voting for your governors, when you're voting for your mayors, and because people are always focused on the 4-year election and they think that that's what's going to change shit, and it's really not.
It's funny you say that because there was an election the beginning of this month, and I think a lot of people missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I voted, and it was for your locals, governor, senator, all these things, California based. Right? And so it's just like, but did you really see that advertised or campaigned at all?
No.
Like, I mean, I got the same stuff in the mail.
Yeah, if you're if you properly registered with all your personal information, you're gonna see it. But I wouldn't even deem that as.
But I'm saying in the mail, and the thing about it is, it counts in the mail because you don't see it anywhere else. And that's what I'm saying. You're not even seeing it anywhere else. Remember, at one point, voting was the wave.
Yeah,
and now they won't even telegraph campaigns or when it's time to vote.
Not only that, but look at what's being telegraphed on television. You know, and that's that's a whole nother conversation.
Well, the thing about it is, like, it's almost like if you don't watch cable TV, you miss out. Because if you just only watch streaming apps, which most people do these days, you watch streaming apps without ads. Without ads, you don't catch any advertisements of anything that's going on
Netflix,
or what's relevant.
YouTube,
right?
Netflix is on their way. They're gonna give you a cheaper rate, so you could, if you don't mind watching ads.
Oh yeah, see, I'm on YouTube.
See, the thing about it is, like, I was conversing with my sister about this just recently. I said, I don't mind the ads.
I don't really either.
They keep me up to date.
Yeah.
I know about a lot of stuff that's going on because of the ads, right?
Yeah.
Now, I get my news from elsewhere, so I don't depend on TV for that because you watch TV news is depressing and misleading. So we don't do that. But the ads, they kind of keep you in a loop of what's going on. Again, we started this off when we were talking about my world, the real world.
Right.
So you have to control what's in your world to be aware of what's going on.
Also,
yeah,
right.
And a lot of people,
and that's hard to balance too for the average person.
And then think about it, that's the average person isn't even thinking about that. The average person is focused on surviving. The average person, they're probably going through their daily routine. The average person is probably a creature of habit who, like you said, hamster in a wheel, right?
Yeah,
they're just
and that's all programming. Yeah, all programming.
It's every day. Then they wake up and hear about some stuff and like, what? That's crazy. When that came about, it's been going on for weeks.
Yeah. For real.
You just watch TV with no ads, and you don't watch any news from anywhere of a reliable source, and you don't pay attention to other things outside of yourself. You selfish go ahead, Paul.
Are we still rooting for Ukraine? Is
rooting? I mean, like, they keep saying they're sending them money.
They're sending them a lot of money, but I'm wondering why all these towns keep getting blown up by Vladimir. I don't think they're making it.
Maybe
they're trying real hard to make it look like Ukraine is pushing back.
I mean, the thing,
and they're getting their asses whooped right now.
I mean, media is amazing, bro. Media is amazing. They can whatever.
But that wave is gone though. I don't hear nobody talking about the Ukraine thing anymore.
It's still popping. Yeah, it's still popping because I've seen bumper stickers, on cars saying, "Hey, we stand with this." And shit, what is
your bumper sticker doing?
You don't have blue and yellow somewhere to show support of Ukraine like everybody else?
I mean, I'm sure the Pacers fans got it on lock, but my thing is
Warrior season, brother.
Thank you.
But it's what? That's crazy. That's like
Well, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't care. My thing is, when I see we stand with this, we stand for that. At the end of the day, I'm black first.
Yeah, I didn't even care.
And so for me, I'm like, yo, I still got laundry to do in my own house. Meaning, AKA my own community, before I sit up here and try to figure out how I'm going to stand with A, B, C, or D.
So they're like, honestly, I don't know what the United States is doing, but it's so backward because it's like, My rent is due. Let me give you 1,000. Heard you down. What? So wait. You got problems and you just gonna give away some money?
Yeah.
They was printing
You could
money.
use the money to make. So then, wait, what?
Well, I mean, you got to think about who's paying. Let's see, we going down the
Yeah,
rabbit
we're not
hole.
gonna do all.
Yo, they
I'm just
finna
saying,
give
though,
us 400. You know they finna give us the 400.
Who give who the 400?
Gavin finna give us 400 for as long as your car's registered. You get your gas card. They gonna shoot us 400.
Who's us?
California residents.
So California residents getting 400 when?
I'm not sure when. Sometime soon.
How often?
one time.
This is a one-time thing that I know of.
Oh,
They
If
get-
you have 2 cars, you'll get 2.
bro, they doing that to pacify. They trying.
Yeah, of course.
Deflect. Nah, let's
Of
focus.
course.
Wait, what are we focused on?
Of course. This
Bumper
is
stickers
spoon
for
feeding.
Ukraine. What are we
They're
focused
spoon
on?
feeding. I'm just.
What are we doing now?
We
news
focused
is
on,
crazy.
y'all got to listen to a part 2.
Yeah, good.
Because there's a lot to, there's a lot to go into it.
You gotta go.
But what y'all can do is y'all can leave comments saying how you feel. You know what I'm
tap in and
saying?
talk
On the
to us.
YouTube, on the Instagram, on the Facebook page. So y'all could do that as well as throwing topics out there that y'all want to hear us talk about. But yeah, this your host, Dizzy D Spill on the Notion Podcast, here with my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans.
Farmer Poe.
and we are out of here, and we stand with ourselves.